the last lesson we were discussing on identities, trigonometric identities. We were able to discuss on the types of angles and how it works. And I was able to give you an example on a right angle triangle whereby you are considering the three sides. A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. And today we are still under trigonometry identities whereby you are given sine theta, that is an angle sine theta over 1 plus cos theta plus cos theta over sine theta. And you are going to simplify. How are we going to calculate? Because we are using the addition, we are going to cross multiply. And we'll be able to square sine theta times sine theta. This sine theta you multiply plus cos theta you multiply with 1 plus cos theta. You multiply, and then this is the LCM. LCM you multiply the two angles which are the lower of the denominator. If you square sine and sine, you get sine squared plus cos theta plus cos squared theta is equal to 1 plus cos theta sine theta. But you have to remember sine squared theta plus cos squared theta, sine squared plus cos squared should be equal to 1. That is the first identity. The sine squared plus cos squared should be equal to 1. So in our case we have sine squared plus cos squared, which is 1 plus cos theta, which is 1 plus cos theta over 1 plus cos theta sine theta. That is 1 plus cos, and we have at the lower part we have 1 plus cos theta sine theta. Because the two, 1 plus cos, 1 plus cos, you cancel because they are the same. You will be able to remain with one side. 1 over sine theta, that is the reciprocal. 1 over sine is cosec theta. And this one I was able to give you in the previous lesson on the identities, the reciprocal of the identities. Let's go to example 2. You are given 1, simplify 1 over 1 plus sine theta. Because you are only given 1 over 1 plus sine theta, you don't have any other value, you cannot cross multiply, you cannot simplify further. That is why we are talking of the conjugate. Conjugate is a situation whereby you are using the denominator. You change the sign. If it was positive, you use negative. If it was negative, you use the positive. So in our case, because it is plus 1 plus sine theta, the conjugate will be negative, which is 1 minus sine theta. You multiply with the denominator and the upper part, which is 1 you multiply by 1 minus sine theta over 1 plus cos, 1 minus cos. You multiply this 2. So the upper you have 1 minus sine theta. If you multiply this, it will be 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times sine theta, which is minus sine theta. Sine theta times 1 is plus. Minus sine times sine is sine square. Minus sine plus sine, that is 0. You cancel, you remain with 1 minus sine square. 1 minus sine theta is equal to 1 minus sine square. You go back to the first identity whereby you are able to say sine square plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So if you have 1 minus sine square, you have sine square plus cos square is equal to 1. So 1 minus sine will remain with cos. So that means you have 1 minus sine theta over cos. 1 minus sine theta over cos. We divide both sides by cos. We have 1 over cos square, sine over cos square. 1 over cos square theta, using the reciprocal identity, it is 1 over cos, that is sec. 1 over cos is sec square theta because we have the square. Sine over cos square. What you can remember is sine over cos is equal to tan, using the first identity. Sine over cos. That means you have sine over cos and another cos. So you do these two, cos and the sine, that is tan. We have tan theta. 1 over, we remain with 1 over cos. 1 over cos is sec. That's how we are having tan theta, sec theta, and sec square. That is the answer for the second part that concerning the conjugate. Let's go to another one. You are given to prove. You are told to prove. That means you are comparing what is in the right hand side should be the same with the value which is at the left hand side. But in our case, you are given cos sec theta, cos sec theta. But you have tan and cos. Using the identities of a triangle, we are saying this tan it is the same as cos, sine over cos. Tan is the same as sine over cos. Cos is the reciprocal of tan. That is cos over the sine. Because you have the cos plus sine, you cross multiply. You say just cross multiply, sine times sine, cos times cos, and then you have the LCM. LCM is cos and sine. That is sine square theta plus cos square theta over cos and sine. Using their first identity, sine squared plus cos squared is equal to 1, which is 1 over cos and the sine. These are the reciprocal, and you know reciprocal of cos, 1 over cos is sec theta. 1 over sine is cosec theta. And we are able now to prove that what is in the left hand side should be equal to the value which is at the right hand side. And we are able to confirm. Let's go to another example. You are given sec theta minus tan sine is equal to cos. This one, it will be easier for us if we use the value which is at the left hand side to confirm the values at the right hand side. You know sec is a reciprocal of cos, which is 1 over cos. Tan is sine over cos. Sine, it will remain be sine. 1 over cos minus sine times sine, that is sine squared over cos. Because the denominator is the same, cos, we can use the denominator being the same. Say 1 minus sine squared, 1 minus sine squared. But what we can remember is sine squared plus cos squared is equal to 1. So what is 1 minus sine squared? Which is the same as cos squared theta. Cos squared over cos theta. If you divide these two, you will remain with 1 cos. Because if you say cos, you multiply with another cos, divide by cos, you cancel these two, you remain with cos. And we are able to prove. Let's go to the last one. You are given cos theta over 1 minus sine minus 1 is equal to cosec theta. But you know tan is equal to sine over cos. Cos is the reciprocal, which is cos over sine. So we are going to say cos, you multiply with cosine over the sine over 1 minus sine theta minus 1. What will be our LCM? If you multiply this, cos times cos, that is cos squared over sine theta over 1 minus sine theta minus 1. Our LCM is 1 minus sine theta. That is now our LCM. You have cos squared theta over sine theta minus. This is the same as sine over 1. You cross multiply this. You cross multiply. That is cos squared theta over sine theta minus this one. This 1 minus sine theta over the reciprocal part. If you multiply this, which is cos squared theta minus sine theta, because this one is like say, we divide by 1 minus sine theta. But it's the same as if you are going to multiply, it's like say, you multiply with 1 over 1 minus sine theta. If you multiply this to the upper part, that means you have cos squared theta minus sine, which is sine minus into bracket 1 minus sine theta over the reciprocal, which is sine theta. Let's open the bracket. It is cos squared minus sine theta minus it will be plus sine squared theta over sine theta 1 minus sine theta. But cos squared theta plus sine squared theta is the same as 1, so it will be 1 minus sine theta over the reciprocal. 1 minus sine you cancel, you remain with sine theta. That is 1 over sine theta. This is the reciprocal. The reciprocal of 1 over sine theta is the same as cosec theta. That is the end of our lesson. I'll be able to send you some other examples, ensure you go through, and in case of any question, kindly let me know. Thank you.